We're visiting the port town of Villefranche-sur-Mer. It's just a 10-minute drive from Nice on the French Riviera. Beautiful village. You could actually walk there in about half an hour, but it's easier to ride the bus. It's a handy way to get around and to drive along the coastline. And this is an inexpensive ride. You could go all the way to Monaco for just €1. The bus ride takes you through several blocks of downtown, so you get a quick city tour. And there's a scenic ride along the way with views of the old harbor of Nice, and you pass some coastal villas. You can take the train if you wish, or you can take the bus. The train can take you along most of today's route, but you'll find it easier and more interesting to take the bus out and return back by train. The distances are short. You could travel all the way from one end to the other, Nice to Menton, in 35 minutes by train. So the brief bus rides linking each place are easy to handle and will give you excellent access to some of the sights. The bus lets you off in the new part of Villefranche. The bus stops right in the middle of Villefranche. The upper town is nice, but it's not anything terribly significant. It's not the reason why visitors come here. You want to get down to the water's edge. Walk downhill right away towards the Café de la Paix. And you can ask a local if in doubt or look for some signs. Then take the steps leading down into the old town along Rue de l'Église. The steps will lead you into a small pedestrian maze of alleys with shops and galleries and cafes scattered everywhere. It's one of those magical tangle of lanes that you just love to see when you're traveling. Some of these buildings in the old town are 500 years old. This neighborhood was first settled back in the 14th century in the Italian style. For general bearings, just keep heading downhill, which leads you towards the waterfront in just a few minutes. Well, you can see how pleasant it is down here at the harbor. You just walk along the quay, there's restaurants, there's bars, there's little shops, a few people out for a stroll, especially in the off-season as we're here in November. And the evening at twilight, this is a magical time to be anywhere, especially at such a nice and picturesque harborside village as Villefranche-sur-Mer. Villefranche has a major harbor for cruise ships. It's actually the biggest harbor along this entire stretch of coastline. So very often there'll be cruise ships in port and the passengers are disembarking for their day trips out to see Nice and Monaco and Cannes and all points along the Riviera from this central port in Villefranche. It's a small place. You can easily see it in 30 minutes or an hour, and then it's time to move along. You can catch a train and continue your journey along the coast. In our case, we're going to walk right over here to the embankment where there's the train station. And these trains come through about every 30 or 40 minutes, so you don't have to worry much about a schedule. Just hop on and go. It's only 15 minutes away from Monaco, either by bus or by train. Just beyond Villefranche, you come to another beautiful village, Beaulieu-sur-Mer, with some deluxe estates. And then extending from there is Cap Ferrat, which is one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in the entire Riviera, with 5-star hotels and a great museum. We're continuing on to Monaco in our next segment.